Huh? Go put lipstick on.
And you're live.
Go say hi.
Wait, how do I start this? Chat. Enable chat. There we go.
Are we on?
We are on.
Hi, guys. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Yeah. Hi, Jorge. Okay, it looks like everybody can see us. Anyhow, let's get going. I'm excited about the webinar. First of all, thank you so much for giving great feedback about the webinar from last week. It seems like everyone feels more connected when we're on here, right? So hopefully you guys can hear us okay. Can you give us some feedback on here that you can hear us okay? Yeah. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. Yes, we are alive. We are alive. All right, so let's get going, guys. First of all, welcome to our new 112 coaches to Team Eagle. Welcome to the family and congratulations to your sponsoring coaches. And let's give a huge shout out to our top sponsor this past week, Christy Burge, sponsoring 3 coaches. Congratulations, Christy. And our top producers are Vicky Lugo and Lucrecia Lenteni. Congratulations, ladies. Awesome stuff. All right, rank advancements. Help me welcome. I shouldn't say, did I say welcome? I meant to say congratulations. I guess it's a little different when I know that you guys can see me, you know? Anyhow, congratulations to our newest Emeralds, Erica Paz, Anita Rosario, Melissa Dore, Denise Johnson, Jessica Gale, Monica Sanchez, Lottie Lottie, we like to party, Red, all the way from Jersey. Congratulations, girlfriend. I'm so proud of you. And you also got like 26 Success Club points. Go ahead, girlfriend. So proud of you. And our new Ruby, and Rubies only last for how long? They last like for a week. But congratulations to Meliza Hernandez. Congratulations, Meliza. And we have 2 new diamonds this week, so congratulations, Claudia. Congratulations. And Alcida Rodriguez, our 2 new shining stars from this past week. Awesome stuff. All right. What's next? Just some updates, and then we're going to go ahead and just dive into tonight's topic on how to grow our business, Danny Johnson style. So, Success Club party. So it's the Mexican fiesta that's happening. So let's see, how's that going to work? That is going to work by this. Those that hit Success Club 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you guys earn an invitation to attend the party, and it's going to be held at the same location we had last year. And for those that went to the Success Club party last year, you know how much fun we had and how beautiful my girlfriend's home is. So thank you to my girlfriend for graciously opening up her home to Team Eagle again. All right, but like, who wants to go to a party by themselves? Saudi, you want to go by yourself? George, you want to go by yourself?
Not at all.
Nope.
No. So
I actually wish I could bring 2 people. If I hit Success Club 20, can I bring 2 people? Just pulling your leg.
Anyhow, see, these are the kind of faces, guys, that happens when we're on the call. Like, you don't see the faces that I make. Anyhow, all right, so if you hit Success Club 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. you earn an invitation to bring yourself, of course, and a guest. Yeah? So I say everybody hit Success Club 10. You guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah, like who wants to hit 5? Yes, let's do this, guys.
I'm hitting 10.
Yeah, let's hit 10. Where's the music?
We need some Mexican music,
We need some Mexican music.
some mariachi music.
All right. And what's next? Can you believe Super Saturday is like right around the corner? Super Saturday. How are we going to beat the last Super Saturday? Like coaches already are hitting me up from other teams. They want to know what are we doing for success for Super Saturday. So stand by. The New York City Council is working on that. So all right. So make sure you mark down those days in your calendar. September 6th, Saturday. More details to follow. We're going to put an amazing event together because that's how Team Eagle rolls. And Super Saturday, September 27th. Stand by. All right, so arriba. Yes, Rob. I don't know which Rob that is, but yes, let's do this. All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, I like George's background. That's cool.
I know. No, bachata dancers for Super Saturday. Negative.
No.
That's a negative. Total negative. Could there be a negative to a negative? I guess not. All right. So, okay, let's talk about our topic for tonight. And we're going to talk about how to grow your business. And there's 3 calls that we've been sharing since, how long ago? Is Saudi, like a while ago, right?
For a long time, and it used to be part of my welcome email up until we just got the new one, and it's in our files, and I believe you posted it today, giving instructions that was going to be a requirement. We also share it on our workshop event invite before anybody comes to our workshop. So somehow you've had stumbled up across it.
Yeah, so I decided, or we decided that we want to go over these 3 calls on our webinar tonight because the reason why many of the coaches are holding back on their business is because you're not connecting. Many of you are not connecting to Danny Johnson, and honestly, guys, like Danny Johnson's my girl. She's like the excuse buster. Yeah? You ever saw the movie Ghostbusters? Well, Danny Johnson is the excuse busters. Because I don't know, what's the meaning of an excuse? I want to see it. I'm not saying it. George, don't say it. Saudi, don't say it. Like, what's the meaning of what's an excuse? Where are the chatter boxes? What's an excuse? Oh yeah. George has an answer, but it needs to be censored. Yeah, no, yeah. That's, I know that answer, but seriously, guys, what's an excuse? An excuse for not.
There we got one.
Well-planned lie. Thank you, Jamie. Yes, an excuse is a well-planned lie that you feed yourself in order not to commit to your growth. In order for you not to set goals for yourself, because this is what happens. I mean, and Saudi and George, please jump in as I say this, but the reason a lot of people don't write out their goals and they make an excuse is because you're kind of putting yourself out there when you're setting a goal.
It's accountability.
And you know what? When you say the word accountability, it kind of like, ooh, accountability? Like, who do I have to be accountable to? That means I got to show up every day?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like, like if my mascara is running, I still have to show up?
Yep. That's when you have to show up the most.
You know,
Because you made
go
a
ahead.
commitment. Because you made a commitment. When you make a commitment, just like when you sign up for, let's say, a semester in college, you committed to that semester, you paid your money, you have to go every day. If you don't go, you don't get the grade. Same thing with this.
You know, Yanaira puts, making up problems in your mind so to stop you from moving forward. So sometimes excuses, the lies, like we believe those lies so much that they become real. Like we even believe our own BS. Like it sounds so good that we believe it ourselves. Like, damn, that lie sounds good. I'm gonna feed that stuff, Yes, to release from an obligation. So, and then you go back to your comfort circle, your comfort square. But you know what happens in that comfort square? Nothing. And we all want something, because everybody wants something. Everybody wants to be part of something much bigger, and everybody wants to be successful. But we feed lies and we feed excuses. Like we want the end result, but we don't want to be part of the journey. Like, oh, no, I don't want to go through all that. I just want to be successful. Let me get there. And then when it doesn't work out and you fall flat in your face, then the business is not working. No, you're not working. Oh, yeah, that's what happens.
Excuses hold you prisoner. That's what happened. According to Danny Johnson.
Yeah, it's like you're like this. Behind bars. Yeah, you are. You're behind bars. You hold yourself prisoner to your own self. And then, I speak to a lot of coaches, off the record, on the record, and all I hear are excuses all the time. So when I go back and attempt to find a solution, you know what coaches do? They give me another excuse. I like that, Saudi. Put an X in your excuses. Like, get rid of it. Shoot. That's why I have 2 ex-husbands. Because they had me like a prisoner. Seriously. Who's knocking on my door? I'm on a conference call. What kind of stuff that happens in my house? Yo, take over. Hold up a second. Story of my life. Before you know it, my mother's going to walk through here. Hold on.
So, I wonder if everybody listened to the 3 calls.
Oh, my God. I cannot believe it. This is a friend of mine I haven't seen in 20 years. You know what? He needs Shakeology. But he's going to have to wait because I'm on a webinar. All right. Hey, Edith. It's Don. Can you believe it's Don over here? Oh, my goodness. Anyhow, back to sports. So, where we at?
She's on a roll today.
I am. I'm in a good mood today. God is good. All right. So we get it, right? Excuses, just a bunch of BS. Well-planned lie. You're held prisoner. You can't move forward. Yada yada yada. Right? Anything else you want to add to that?
I think you got it all.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is, and first of all, the excuses, guys. One more thing on the excuses. Do yourself a favor. And write down your excuses. For you, like write down. I told you she's coming. Watch. Hi, mommy. Sí. Hay un hombre que me quiere saludar. Sí, yo lo vi. Venga, saluda a mi gente. Yo sí de aquí, mami. Yo miré por la ventana. Saluda a mi gente.
Hola, señorita.
Cara de payaso que te estás riendo de mí, coño. Mami, no, ya, vaya. All right, sorry, guys. Bye, mami. Es que tengo como 5,000 gente en esa llamada. Bye. Dile que yo voy ahora. Sorry, guys. Story of my life. See, all this stuff happens, but you can't see when it happens because when I'm on a call, I throw her out of the room, but she just walks in now. So yeah, like George is cracking up. Write down your excuses, guys, for yourself, and share it with your success partner, and voice it, because you're gonna realize that you're full of crap, really, that you're really full of it.
You know, I did an exercise one time where you had to write your excuses. I only had 3, and I put them on a piece of paper, crumbled it up, threw it in the garbage, and they were gone. It's that simple, because it's all in your head.
You know what? I know we have to move on to the next thing, but is that excuses is a reason why so many coaches don't move forward and forget about the business, like with their own lives. You know what I mean? Like with their lives, like you don't move forward in your relationships, with anything that you're setting out to. Is because you feed yourself lies. So like you said, it's like, write out the excuses, throw them in the garbage, like let's have a burning party. Let's have an excuse party. Everybody write out their excuses, meet up, and like burn them. Burn them. Or like I have a friend of mine, what she does with her grandchildren when they've got the, what do you call those things, pacifiers, and she wants her grandchildren to get rid of the pacifiers. What she does is she ties them to a balloon, and she says, okay, so we're going to tie them to a balloon. Now you're going to say bye-bye, and we're going to send the bobo, the pacifier, to heaven. Say goodbye, wave it, you're never going to see it again.
That works for all the mommies on the call. Yeah. That shit works. Say bye-bye, bobo, throw it out the window and let it be gone. Do that with your excuses. Throw both of them out the window, the bobo and the excuses.
Yeah. Tie them on a balloon. Put them like a bobo. I like that. Okay, so here's the next thing, right? Do you feel resistance in admitting that you make excuses? Because that's the other thing. Do you feel resistance in admitting that you make excuses? Or are you just like entertaining them, or finding, I like the word here that Lyra just posted, stop justifying your excuses. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you feel resistance in admitting? Like, like just be real, with yourself, because it's not even being real for me, George, Saudi, your sponsoring coach. This is about you. And yes, like George says, you can't have results and you can't have excuse. You can't have them both. So, Charlene, no, okay, all right. So now this is a good one. The next one, guys. Where is your willingness to do whatever it takes with your business? Kissing your bobos, your boo-boos, your excuses away. What is your willingness to do whatever it takes on a scale of 1 to 100? And don't just put 100 in the chat to show off that you're writing 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, we'll say we're going to do things, but we're really not going to do them. Does that make sense? Because I used to do that too. I used to do that. Like, I'm far from perfect. But I remember before, like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I would, and you're jumping up and down, you're like a cheerleader, and then tomorrow you forget about it. So what is your willingness to do whatever it takes? So like right now, if you're, thank you, Charlene, Yadi, if you're at 25 right now and you're like, you know what, let me move up to 50. Like, be honest with yourself. What's most important is that you're going up. Thank you, Crystal. Honesty with yourself and giving yourself your own smackdown is the best.
Why don't we give them a scenario of what it's like to do whatever it takes?
Okay.
We have any ideas, George? Let's do some role playing.
Give me a minute.
Give you a minute.
to doing whatever it takes?
Yeah. Like, what is a perfect example?
Okay, so let me share my life. I'm gonna go back to when I was so miserable at Citibank. That's the perfect example. And every day, literally, guys, like every day, I would either call my sister, my brother, my sister-in-law, Belsie, my girlfriend, Gloria, and it was always like, oh my God, I'm so tired of sitting. It was always complaining, like, wah, 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 always complaining how miserable I was. I couldn't wait to get out there. I'm like, yo, Tony, hook it up at JetBlue. Like, I'll be on the counter, whatever. Just get me out of Citibank. I need to get out of here. And then what happens is that your own solution is right under your nose. Like, seriously, guys, like this business was my answer, was what I was looking for, but I was too blind to even see it. And I kept just feeding myself excuses. It was just excuses. Like, I was going crazy, you know, like, and I didn't want to go to another bank because those of you that are Spanish on the call can, you know, and I can't really translate it in English because it won't make so much sense, but you know, you can't go from Guatemala to Guatepeor. You know, like Guatemala means bad. You can't go from bad to worse. And that's what I was looking to do. And yet all this time, Beachbody was here. All I had to do was work it. But I wasn't working it because I didn't see it as a true business. Like a lot of coaches. And I was just plugging in whenever I felt like it. And then when I realized that I got sick and tired of going to Super Saturdays, I can't even say workshops because we didn't have workshops. You guys are blessed that we have workshops. But I didn't have any of that. But I did go to every Super Saturday. I was always going to other coaches' fit clubs, and I was always connecting. And going to Summit every year, and I'm like, hold up a second. They're successful. They're, you know, finding financial freedom. They're going on all these Success Club vacations. You don't have to be that smart to work this business. Really. You really don't. And that's when I said, you know what, Mickey? I'm tired of hearing you. And it was like the good and the bad. I'm like, you know what? Shut up. Just work your business already. Oh, but you know, is that work and I'm always so tired. Well, if you're so tired, then do something about it, Mickey. Like, seriously, like, you know that this business can work for you. You've gone to every Super Saturday. People be why are you doing it? Oh, because I get home so I'm always so tired. And by the time I get here, I'm exhausted. I don't have any more strength. Shut up and just do it. Like, does that happen to you? Yo. And then I just gave my own smack. I got tired of hearing myself. And then I worked it. And then I created a schedule. And I just did it. Like, there's no secret to this business. Like, just freaking do it. My God, I just started sweating. I was getting flashbacks from back in the days when I used to be, like, entertaining excuses. Yo, that was funny, right?
That was good.
I was going back and forth.
It was.
So,
That was a great role playing. I love it.
I role play with myself. Woo!
I mean, I'll give a quick Fast and Furious since I'm a mom of two and I had a full-time job when I first started this amazing opportunity that got me out of my shithole. And, you know, when I started, like Mickey said, there was no online training academy. There was none of that. But what they did always have was the national calls were all archived. So I literally went to town and trained myself. I went and listened to I learned how to work this business, not only from Edith and Tony and Mickey, but from the professionals who were being successful in this business, listening to those calls and listening to Craig Holliday, which is a great mentor of mine who used to work with Beachbody and is one of the people that I follow as personal development. And I would go to bed at 2, 3 in the morning, and I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning because I worked for the school board, and I had to be at work at 7. I would go to bed pretty much to train and to learn this business. And what I see in a lot of you is that you want to skip all that, and you can't. You can't skip that. You can't get a college degree if you skip elementary school and high school. And I think that's, and everything that I learned, I apply in my business today. I didn't apply it in my business back then, but I am applying it now. So, my advice to you all is, if you are willing to do whatever it takes, then you're going to have to give up some weekends. You're going to have to give up some, outings. You're going to have to give up your favorite sitcoms and that kind of stuff. If you want this to replace, like Mickey wanted to replace her job, if you want this to be the solution to whatever it is that's happening in your life, then you have to do the daily activities that will compound effect into the solution.
Yep.
Can I add something in too now about
Sure.
calls and events and things like that? So I had a full-time job, and I don't think there was ever, people take off of work to go to the beach, right? People take off to work to go to the park. People take off to work to go do some stupid errands that they can do on a Saturday morning or something. I took off of work for 1 year straight for surge, right? So every time there was a surge, I would call out of work. Every time there was an event that I had to go to and be there by like 6 o'clock because it was in New York City, and it would take us 2 hours to drive in with traffic, I would take a half day. Whatever it takes, like if you're trying to be a successful business owner, then the beach is going to have to wait, and you're going to have to schedule the beach at a more convenient time and not make an excuse. Like, we're having that event on Thursday, and then we're getting excuses about, well, I have to work. Oh, well, then the business is not that important to you. Because if you want to build a successful business, I'm not saying take off of work if you're not sure what you want with your life, but maybe you should, because then you'll realize what you want with your life.
I mean, George, everybody calls in sick.
Yeah.
Like, for any little thing. I mean, I remember calling in sick if my kid looked at me and acted like his head was hurting. All of a sudden, I can't go to work today. So why can't somebody call in sick to grow their business, their part-time job that's going to one day replace that full-time job that they hate?
Yeah.
Can I share something with you guys? Because I could see it in the corner of this eye right here. This is my left, but to you guys, that's my right, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show you something, because there's many of you in the team that forget that we have 3 vital behaviors. And vital is like the vital signs. Like next time I talk to some of you guys and you're telling me you're having some issues, I'm going to take your vital signs right here. I'm going to go like this. I'm like, Are you inviting every day? Uh-huh. No? Okay. Are you being a product of the product? I don't hear your pulse. Okay, negative. Are you doing personal development every day? Nope. You dead. But hold on a sec. I'm going to show you something. You know how sometimes people say that they don't have time, you don't have time, it's an excuse, right? You see this here, right here? You read what it says? What does it say?
First place classic figure competition.
Yeah. So this is when I came in first place, classic. Classic means, old people, like over 35. Anyhow. So when I did this, I had every reason or every excuse not to work out every day. But I had vision. And that's what happens to a lot of coaches, or a lot of people in general, who walk around the streets of New York or whatever town you're from, walking around purposeless because you don't have vision. And you need vision. So my vision was that I wanted to do this fitness competition. And I know that Ivy's on the chat. I think she's on the chat, so she can relate to this. But I was working between 12 to 14 hours a day, guys. 12 to 14 hours a day. And but I knew that this was a goal that I had, that I was going to do this, and I gave it a date. So when you give your goal a date, what you do is you start working towards it. So how many of you have written the date that you're going to finish your 90-day challenge? How many of you have written down the goal dates that you're going to become diamond or, emerald Emerald, ruby, diamond, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, whatever your goal is, do you have a date? And what's your action plan to make it happen? So I'm using my fitness as an example when I won first place on this, because I had every reason to give up. Every reason to give up. But I didn't, because it is something that I wanted. So I used to wake up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning to get my workout in. And during that time, I had to, leave my house at 5:30 because I had to hit the gym, because they didn't have Body Beats back then. So, I had to go old school to get ready for this competition. So I would leave my house by 5:30, done at the gym, get to my office by 8 o'clock, then leave my office by 12 o'clock, because I used to take my hour lunch to do my second workout. And then after work, I would go back to the gym to get my second cardio, and then come home and guess what? Work my Beachbody business, and then prepare my meals, and start all over again at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you want to tell me that you don't have time? You know what you call that?
Bullshit.
Do you know what I'm saying, guys? And so when I won this, I kicked all the excuses to the curb. So how bad do you want your goals? How bad do you? Because if you really want it, don't just say you want it. Do something about it. Show me you want it. Show yourself you want it. And you have to stop with the excuses. Because according to Danny Johnson, excuses are a well-planned lie, but Mama Eagle has another definition for it, but I can't say it because I need to keep it clean. But they're lies. They're lies. And it looks like my sister's making fun of me in the chat, but that's all good. Yeah. But I had to share this because every time I have like a down moment, because we're all human, you know what I do? I look at this baby. This is what I do. I say, you know what? I did it. I've done it before, and it's not about the fitness. It's about other things in my life. Because we all have a thorn in our side, but we got to overcome that. Because just for the record, I do have a thorn in my side happening in my life right now. And if I didn't plug into this team, if I didn't plug into personal development, I would be in that bed crying, worrying about what's going to happen. But I'm not, because I have purpose, I have a goal, and I have too much work to do in this life. Booyah! What's the next question? Estoy sudando, Joey, estoy sudando. Okay.
Are you surrounded by people who give you excuses?
Oh,
if so, says Danny Johnson, you need to look at yourself. That's a tough one. A lot of us will be in denial about that one because of our ego. But I'll tell you right now, put that ego to the side and keep it really real, because we attract who we are.
Yeah. Saudi, do you remember when Barbie did that training for us a couple years ago? And this was a last-minute kind of training that she did for Team Eagle. And she had asked all of us to write down 10, what was it she used? I think it was 10, the 10 qualities that you want to see
in a coach.
In a coach. So from 1 to 10, write down those 10 qualities that you want to see in your top coach. And after you write down those 10 qualities, the question is, do you have those 10 qualities? That smacked me.
Smackdown.
Right? Because when I wrote those qualities down, there was a couple of them that I didn't have. And it goes back to what Saudi said. It's about the ego. Our ego does not allow us to be honest with ourselves, to be honest with the people that we're leading.
And I'm going to add to that, as you develop, and this is more for the Georges on the team, as you become a leader and you become successful in this business, we could never forget who we were before. Because even though you attract who you are now, you will still attract who you were before. And sometimes we'll get frustrated. And the reason why I bring this up is because I was talking to one of my superstars today, and she was like, why do I keep getting these people? I said, because you attract who you are. Even when you change, you still attract. Like, I still attract that girl who had the excuses, who liked to party, who was very overweight, and who didn't want to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine to develop yourself and grow out of who you were and become successful and attract who you are now, but you will still attract who you were before. And that's why we keep telling you to get into personal development, because honestly, without the personal development, you won't be able to master this field. This field that you're in, you need to become a professional in network marketing, and you need to become a professional in personalities. Personality Plus is a great book that you should incorporate once you finish your 6 figures in 6 months, because we're going to advise them, right, Mickey, after the 3 calls, they should invest in 6 figures in 6 months.
Absolutely.
And you'll hear that there, and you'll understand why. And most of you make the excuse, oh, that Danny Johnson's voice is annoying, oh, that I just can't get into her, all that. You know what that is? That's ego stopping you from learning how to learn this business. Like, I'm sure you had that math or science teacher that you just couldn't stand because he was annoying or you didn't like his style of teaching, but you still had to show up to class and you still had to sit there. Mm-hmm. Same thing with this. You know, today on the national call, I thought the girl's voice was super squeaky and annoying, but you know what? I still stood there and listened to my call because that's part of my job. My job is to listen to every national call. Why? Because I'm a leader. And I have to do what I tell my coaches to do, because if I get on the phone with one of my coaches and I want to talk about that call, they have to know that I was on it. You know, so that's a good question. So is anybody answering?
That's true, Ivy. I like what Ivy just said, you know, that we waste too much time thinking why we can't do it instead of thinking of how.
Yep.
Instead of finding a solution, what we do is we keep feeding what's not working. And we have to keep in mind that there's an analogy there that talks about, I think it's the wolf. Like, if you keep something about, look, the bottom line is this: if you keep feeding bullshit, you're gonna get bullshit. Like, that's it. Forget about the analogy. I can't even remember it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep feeding what you want. Like, if you want to be successful in this business, well, guess what? Keep sending out invites. Keep being a product of the product. Keep doing your personal development. Like, keep feeding that, but don't feed the bullshit, because that don't work. Like, that's it. You know? Something's buffering.
I think somebody's buffering. I don't know. We can keep going.
Okay. All right. So we spoke about we attract who we are. And it's, you know, just to add one more thing, is because, you know, some of my coaches that I get really annoyed at, and it, you know, I don't need to hide it because it's the truth, but what I get annoyed is, like you said, Saudi, is because I get annoyed at the things that I used to be. Like, when I was always giving an excuse. Why I can't do this, why I can't do that. Like, what personal development book are you reading? Ooh.
It's always that. That's the answer. From now on, the ones that are struggling with their coaches, because I see some comments, that's the first question you should ask when your coach comes to you telling you, oh, this isn't working for me, or oh, this one's not this or that. What book are you reading?
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
They're not reading anything.
And then you get this answer.
Huh? What's that? George?
You got the crickets.
Oh, yeah, like, that's it. What are you reading?
You know, and believe it or not, I have a coach who it took her a year to get one of her leaders to start listening to personal development. But you know what? She never gave up on her. And what she does is that she shares the daily is it the daily Darren tips,
Mm-hmm.
and one of those audios moved her, you know. So maybe do that. Like, I know my brother used to do that with me in the beginning when I didn't know what personal development was. He used to send me like little YouTube videos, and they'll get hooked. But don't just tell them, read this, read that, read this. They're not doing it. If you don't see change, they're not doing it.
Yep, absolutely.
Cricket.
All right, so guys, so what do we need to do to stop making excuses and to get out of your own way? Like, what are you guys going to do? For those that have admitted that you're full of excuses, what are you going to do to stop making them? That's going to be interesting. Like, so what did you do, Saudi? Like,
Just do it.
it's like the Nike commercial, right?
Just do it and do it and do it.
You know, it's like when you go to the beach or you go to the pool and you're like this, right? Watch. Oh my God, it's kind of cold. Maybe if I go in, I know que hace mucho frío.
She's gonna fall. Thank God she doesn't have a pool in her house.
And then you go, oh yeah, and you go in. Oh wow, it's not so bad after all. Oh my God, it's
That's
so good
exactly
in
how it
here.
is.
Oh, the water's so good.
You know, Barbie Decker gave us that tip when she did that training for us. And I'll bump that training because I'll tell you, Barbie Decker is a phenomenal woman. And you know what she said? In this business, you can't have fear and you can't worry about what others say. And she threw in one of her little F-bombs there because Barbie's like me. She likes to throw her little F-bombs. But you really cannot give a F about what people say, think, when it comes to this business. So if you're afraid of posting, if you're afraid of putting yourself out there, if you're afraid of sending your coach 3 links a day with an audio because you think you're gonna piss them off, I mean, you can't have fear of that stuff. You have to just do it, not care about what others say, and keep doing it.
Okay, I see. Before we move on to the next thing, let's see. I just saw a question here from Jennifer. Oh, I just lost it. I thought I saw a question about like, what do you do when people don't want to add strangers to Facebook?
Create a like page if they don't want a personal profile.
Bring them to one of our workshops. I mean, really, that they need to add friends on Facebook. That's just unheard of. There's so many people that, honestly, anybody who has issues with adding people on Facebook, they're hiding something. Exactly. Or they did something, or they got some skeletons in the closet, or they're just embarrassed about something, don't have their goals right. I mean, you just need to put in a little work on that person, sit with them, explain to them the business, maybe send them a couple of audios that have to do with social media branding and stuff like that. They just have to do it. It's part of this business.
Yep, absolutely.
That's like saying, I want to be a doctor, but I don't want to see blood.
I know, right? All right, so I haven't seen any comments about what are you gonna do to stop making excuses. Okay, I'm sorry, Cynthia. Tap into more personal development until it comes out of your ears.
And you know, with personal development, you need to take notes, because if you're not applying what you're learning into your life and into and you know, brainstorming with your coaches and your team, there's no point in you listening to personal development. Like, if you see that I'm sharing personal development on the team page, is because I found something that was good and valuable and I'm sharing it. Because if you're not sharing it, then you're being a holderbacker.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm glad you said that, Saudi, in reference to personal development, because this is what happens a lot. A lot of people will listen to personal development. Like, I'll listen to personal development in the car because I'd rather do that than do anything else. But I still take the same CD and listen to it at home and take notes. Like, I have to take notes and then apply what I just heard. It's not just about, because we hear it. A lot of people hear personal development. They don't listen to it. They just hear it. But if you don't apply what you heard, then you might as well just have listened to bachata. I don't know. Like,
I could be doing my nails and listening to personal development, and I'll pause it and call Mickey and be like, yo, Mickey, you know what I just heard?
yeah.
You know, like, is that serious to me? And then what happens is that she'll go and she'll listen to it and she'll get something totally different out of it. And that's just how we grow, you know?
And you know what I do? I listen to personal development, and I literally put notes on my iPhone of things that I learned from personal development that I can use as quotes on Facebook or posts or just to motivate somebody.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the second call. Is talking about, you know, how to maximize your opportunity with this business. So why is auto ship important? And yeah, why is auto ship important? Let's hear from somebody. Why is auto ship important? Like, why can't I just do it, you know, month by month? Like, you know, why can't I just order it instead of doing this auto ship? Because maybe I don't have money in my bank account. So
Can I
I'll
answer that?
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, first of all, forget about being product of the product and all that, because you all know that's just a given. But if you're not on auto ship, you're not going to hit Success Club, and you're not going to qualify for Success Starters. You're not going to qualify for the trips. You'll bust your butt hitting Success Club, but you're not going to hit Success Club. Meaning, if you haven't seen the updates on the what is it called, the bylaws, you have to be you have to have your own personal 90 PVs, and Shakeology gives that to you. So not being on auto ship will only limit you from your, you know, the qualifications for everything that you can get, being, you know, hitting Success Club and your team.
Yeah, and someone just put here, it keeps you active. So you know you stay active, because if you're not active, then a lot of things happen when you're not active. You won't benefit from the LEAD program. If you become inactive and you have team volume that has added up, you're going to lose all that team volume. You go back down to zero. Zero. Yep. You start all over again. Yep. You start all over again. And see, I when I first did this call, like I take notes. And wow, I did this back when? Wow, these are my notes from 2 years ago. But Danny says also, you know, it's a disservice to your business. Why? Because auto ship, in addition to keeping coaches active, it's also residual income for your challenges. Like, so your challenges are getting Shakeology every month. That means that every month you're gonna clock in what, $32? So if you have 10 customers on Shakeology HD, that's, you know, 300 something bucks a month. But if they're not on auto ship, you're not gonna get that. Now, here's the other thing. You know that song, follow the leader, 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 follow the leader, follow the leader? Yep. If you don't do it, guess what? Your crew behind you won't do it either, because, hey, my sponsoring coach, she's not on it, so why should I? So we got to do what you want your coaches to do. Don't do as I say, do as I do. And it's the cost of doing business, isn't it? To be on auto ship? Because it's part of being a product of the product. So I have some people that say, but I'm allergic to Shakeology, because we have a handful of people that with all the superfoods that are in there, some people are allergic. Like I think it was Edith has somebody that's allergic to cinnamon, and Shakeology has cinnamon, and she can't be on it. But guess what? Shakeology is still a great product. It's still really great, and you have stories to share because stories is what sells. It's not the 70 ingredients. It's the stories that share. The stories, yeah, that sell. George's headband threw me off. Use it for samples. Use it for giveaways. Just because you're not drinking it, get the individual packets.
I put some other ideas on other products, but I definitely think that it's best to just do the sample packs, and then just make, do a cute post every month that you have, get creative. There's so many ways. One of them could be that you're sending out 3 samples to the first 3 people that message you on Facebook. Boom, that'll give you 3 exposures. Or that you're putting together a Shakeology cleanse, and whoever messages you then provide the cleanse. I mean, you can do so many things, but in all, there are other products that you can be on, but you want to have Shakeology samples. It's a given with your business. That's the fruit of this business, Shakeology.
Yep. So get on it, guys. If you're not going to be, honestly, like if you're not going to be an auto ship, don't be in this business. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? If you're not planning on getting on it, just don't go into business because it doesn't make any sense because you're not being a leader if you're not. So. All right. So what's the next question? So actually, the third call was how to make money right now. How to make money right now. So guys, what are the 2 ways to make money? What are the 2 ways? I mean, there's actually more than 2 ways, but specifically on the Danny Johnson call was what are the 2 ways that she talks about in how to make money in this business? Anyone know? Yeah, Ivy, some coaches are not an auto ship.
That's not good.
Yeah, and you know what happens? Again, some people are allergic to it. I get that, but that's very minimal. People that are allergic to it. And what we should be doing is when we see our coaches that are inactive, our responsibility to that coach is to reach out to them and find out what's going on with their fitness. Like, we're not even talking about the business because they first came to us as a challenger. So the first thing is to find out what's going on with your fitness. Okay, so if you have coaches that aren't active right now, go that route with them first. Okay? So, what are the 2 ways to make money, guys? Let's hear it. Or let's read it. Let's read it.
George posted a video.
All right, Cynthia Flores, you put on here, oops, that you have excess Shakeology due to, sugar. I just lost it because there's a lot of comments. I
think it was a comment. I don't think it was a question.
Oh, it was a comment? No, I thought I saw a question with it.
Oh, I have excess Shakeology due to thinking I shouldn't drink it while not working out. Why? It's a meal replacement. I know. Oh, I lost it again because people keep typing.
What can I order to have 90 PVs?
I had just posted a sample. Get Pio. No, Pio's not 90 PVs. Get if you go in your back office and you hit shop and whatever it is that you want, it'll tell you how many PVs it'll give you. But to get active, you only need 50.
Right.
But Shakeology gives you 90.
Right.
So you can.
Hey, you know what you could do? You can, if you haven't done the 3-day refresh, get them with the 3 samples. Get them with the 3 vegan, and that's 50 PVs, and that'll get you active, Cynthia.
But I'm a little like, why is she not drinking Shakeology because she's not working out? That's when she should be drinking it the most.
I have it every day.
You have to have Shakeology even if you're not working out because Shakeology is a meal replacement. It's going to keep your calories low so you don't gain weight while you're not working out.
Yep. So, well, hopefully that answered her question. So,
I would be doing 2 shakes a day if I wasn't working out, honestly.
I'm going on vacation on Saturday, so I'm drinking 2 shakes.
I'm
All
jealous.
right. So nobody knows what are the 2 ways to make money with your business? Come on now. This is scaring me. Nobody knows what are the 2 ways to make money with Beachbody.
There's more than 2 ways.
I think there's
Well, yeah,
7, right?
yeah,
7.
specifically to the call.
Mm.
Specifically to the call. What are the 2 ways to make money, guys, with Beachbody? Hello. All right. So, okay, thank you, Edith. Retail. So retail is one way to make money. The club membership, part of the retail. So team bonus, thank you. That's the answer we were looking for. Team cycle. Team cycle. So, which one is better out of the 2? Which one do you choose? The
Cycle.
retail or the team cycle?
Team cycle.
Why is that? Why not, like, really?
Click on that link I just posted to see those 2 and then send.
So there are I don't know, like 12 different ways to make money with Beachbody. It's the compensation has many different aspects of it, but we were really focusing on the first 2, which is the retail side, and then there's the team cycle. Those 2, retail and team cycle. Now, which one of the 2 do you prefer? I don't know about you guys. All I know is that I'm going to go on vacation for a whole week, and I will be disconnected from social media, which means that I'm not going to be doing any retail sales. So, am I concerned about it? Not really, because I have Team Cycle. And the team cycle is where the heart of the business is. Hence the reason why it's important for everyone to be on AutoShip. There's a direct correlation between the 2. So, George, if you can post that link, if you can put that on the Eagle page, if you don't mind, because it'll get lost in here.
Putting it right now.
Okay. So just a couple more questions, and we'll be done. Have you written out your story?
Alicia, change the word selling to sharing.
Ooh, selling. I don't like selling.
Sharing.
I never sell.
You sell yourself. You don't sell products.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know how we always talk about, sharing your story? So obviously there's the long-winded story. That's the detailed story. That's the really long one. That's the one that you want to share with your upline, with your sponsoring coach. You want to share with your team. But then there's the story, the Fast and Furious, like a 30-second elevator intro that you share with people that you just met. Like if you just met someone, you're not going to give them your whole long-winded story. So what kind of story is that? George or Saudi, do you guys want to share like a quick and Fast and Furious story?
I think people are tired of hearing me. Let's hear George.
What, my story?
Your Fast and Furious 2-minute version.
Fast and Furious. Okay, that's tough. I was lazy, horrible, bad attitude, hated life, didn't trust anybody, living paycheck to paycheck, sat at home because I lost all my confidence in myself and self-esteem, resorted to playing video games all the time. My marriage went down the tubes, made a lot of bad choices, and through signing up online to become a coach because we needed money desperately in order to continue to live our lifestyle because we were living above our means. Met you guys, and through personal development and everybody's help, and Mickey and Saudi and Tony and everybody who took us in, we actually strengthened our relationship, got in the best shape of our life. Our marriage came to the best it's ever been. I became a totally different person. People who know me back then, have a whole different perception of who I am now. Some of you have no idea who I used to be back then. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. And it actually made us grow so much that we realized that we were better off not together. That's how much personal development has changed us and made us realize at the level we are in our lives how foolish choices we made in the past, and that we are great friends, but we are not a great husband and wife couple. And through this entire process, in only a year and a half, so much has changed. My life has changed like 2 or 3 times in a year and a half, but also managed to leave my full-time job of 12 years, making double than what I used to make there, and still have tons of amazing, beautiful people around me at all times, and that helped me out and lift me up when I'm down.
Awesome, George. You're the best. You want 1 or 2? Do we have anybody else here, George Foundation?
You know, and that that quick, 60-second intro when you're talking to people is, and Eric Worre talks about that. You share who you were before Beachbody, and what Beachbody has done for you, and what are your expectations like. Share where you want to be a year, 5 years from now. That's what you share. And what do you do by that? You create vision. Because just by listening to, what George said, and George, thank you for sharing that, is like, oh, wow. All I heard, honestly, even though I know George's story, all I heard was like, this team, like, what's this team about? Like, this team helped you? I want to be part of that. And that's what happens. You want to be part of something bigger. So, Eric Worre, GoPro talks, I think it's chapter 7, and those that hit Success Club last month, I got my new book.
Go to chapter 7.
Chapter 7, and write out that quick intro, and that's how you're going to introduce yourself to your prospects when you meet them, on the line, at wall bounds, or at Target, wherever you're at, and you're just talking to someone as you're waiting. You're
gonna find yourself using it all the time. I had a challenger of one of my coaches post on our challenge group the other day how she had to put her Shakeology on hold because she was doing volunteer work and wasn't getting paid anymore because of some budget cuts, and how devastated she was because she couldn't afford groceries. So I took it upon myself, and I commented on that post, and I said, I can relate to what you're saying, and I'm sorry that I gave her I went in soft. I said, I'm sorry for your struggles right now, but this, team and this challenge pack, I think is going to mean more in your life. And I shared with her how the same thing happened to me where I couldn't afford Shakeology, and that's why I became a coach, and that, 3 years later, here I am making a 6-figure income, and guess what happened? That girl and I got on the phone, and she's signing up as a coach. Yeah. Not even mine. She's one of my coach's customers. So, the more you get comfortable sharing, those 3 key points as to what this is doing for you, and it could be at any stage, because at any stage in this business, it's like we had you do that assignment, whether you're in elementary, middle, or high, or college, you still have a story. There's some impact already happening to you, and if you share that, you're going to find that you can actually help others with that story.
Amen to that.
I just made a video for my challenge group today to let them know it's not about losing weight. It's not about eating healthy. It's not about just posting a workout every day. It's about finding happiness in your life. And health and fitness is one avenue to find happiness and to do something consistent that you can commit to and that you can win at and succeed at, which will open up 20 other doors for you.
It's a proven fact. It even helps. I was watching Katie. Anybody watch Katie? I love that show. This afternoon, and she talked about how it helps women with menopause as they're entering the menopausal stage. If they work out and eat healthy, they're not going to get all those horrible symptoms that women get. You know, so
I'm living proof of that.
I knew she was going to say something.
I've been in menopause for the last 15 years.
Oh God, I got to get the door. I'll be back.
That works. All right, guys. The next question is, customers only really want to know if the product works. Even if they ask about the details of how it works, like, don't get wrapped up in business or product explanations. In other words, don't throw up over them, because a lot of us do that. I used to catch myself because we're so excited because we know that, you know, Shakeology is just amazing. So we want to talk about everything that Shakeology has on, blah, 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 and we throw up all over them. You're doing yourself a disservice. So what advice is it that Danny Johnson gives? When somebody, okay, here's an example. I had a challenger who said to me, I spoke to her about, I gave her all the details, I spoke to her about what Shakeology does, a meal replacement, blah, blah, blah. So she goes ahead and she says, well, Mickey, I've been drinking this product, can you tell me the difference between the two? So, Saudi, can you tell me the difference between XYZ Shake and Shakeology? Like, because I still have like 2 bags of this.
You sure you don't want to answer yourself?
Oh,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All I know is that I lost 100 pounds drinking Shakeology, replacing 1 meal a day, and I have so many other people within my team that lost an extreme amount of weight. And you know what? It tastes banging. I put a banana in it, I blend it, and that's how I talk. Like, I talk the way I talk. Like, I don't try to sound all professional and, unless I'm talking to, like, a doctor or a lawyer or something, then I'll get my shit together. But most of the time, that's how I'm sharing. I blend it with a little almond milk, and it tastes really good. Oh, no, but I used to drink Herbalife, and then I'll say, you know what, I think I tried that once, and it tastes like dirt. No, I never bash another company. You always say, I don't know about that. All I know is, and you give them a story.
I tell them that I know people who used to drink Herbalife, and now they have come over and they drink Shakeology.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. I don't know about that. All I know is, and now it's engraved in my forehead. Like, I do it with everything. Like, it just comes out now. Like, I don't even realize that I'm saying it, but I'm saying it. Like, I don't know about that. All I know is, that's it.
And you know what I also do? Like, if anybody tells me, oh my God, your nails look pretty, or your hair looks nice, or your skin, I always say, oh, that's Shakeology.
No, I blame everything on Shakeology. I blame that I have no wrinkles on Shakeology. See? I'm like, not bad for a 48-year-old hag. Look at this, no wrinkles. My nails keep growing. I gotta keep cutting them off. That's why I gotta go for a haircut every 3 weeks.
Shakeology.
Es Shakeología, esa vaina trabaja. So. All right, guys. And then the last question that Danny asks is, who are 3 people on your resource list who can rip up the business? And that resource list is your contact list. Oh my God, I look like I have a little mohawk going on. So.
Seen the new contact lists and trackers in the back office? They're pretty dope.
Oh, I like them.
They are dope. They are dope.
We should do a challenge. Everybody print it and post it on Team Eagle. Make sure they're following what they're supposed to.
It's, I know it will. Can you believe that? I'm going to be 48. August 22nd. Write down that date. Don't forget it. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Putting it in my calendar.
So look at this. Now we have another story. Cynthia had to have a colonoscopy after Herbalife. Now I have another story in my books.
Nice. No, not nice, but nice.
Nice, but no bueno.
And you have to take pills too. They make you take pills.
So, all right, guys. So that's the webinar for tonight. I think we went a little bit over the hour, but I hope you guys found it useful and you like the interaction. Yeah, can we get some feedback?
You want me to post the last question so they can do their homework about the 30-second story?
Yes.
And I bumped Barbie Decker's webinar, so you guys have some major PD that you can do after you listen to the 3 calls, because I know you all did not listen to those 3 calls.
Yeah, listen to them. Honestly, I've listened to those calls I don't know how many times. Because every time I go back and I hear it, I'm like, how did I miss that? Danny Johnson really, like I said, she's the excuse buster. And everyone that follows and applies Danny Johnson's teachings, they grow, seriously. So you really should invest in the 6 figures in 6 months. It's an investment for your business. It's a tax write-off. So, hey Rob, I'm not acting. This is who I am for real. I'm not acting. Ask my siblings. So, all right. So we'll post in the group. What are we posting in the group? 6 figures in 6 figures in 6 weeks and 6 weeks. Ooh, no.
6 months. They have to invest in that. Some people, have it, but I can't share it because they'll flood my Dropbox.
Yeah.
I've shared it with my team. It's not expensive. If you look for it now, you can get the audios. It's something good to have.
The $100. Like we waste $100 in shoes.
You will appreciate it more if you buy it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, when you personally invest in something, you're gonna do it. Versus if somebody
I bought it, I think we bought it the same night, Mickey. We were told by Ivy Morales and her husband, if you want to be successful in this business, invest in 6 figures in 6 months, and that's what I did.
And you know what happened? It worked.
It worked.
It really worked. It worked because I'm doing 6 figures already, and I wasn't doing 6 figures when Carlos and Ivy told us to get it. So there you go. Just be teachable, guys. Work on your 30 second intro or 60-second, whatever it is. Don't keep it longer than a minute. But I'll find the page. It's on. Oh, bro. It's time to go. All right, guys. Thank you very mucho. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm leaving to Greece on Saturday.
We are gonna miss you.
Oh, the next mariachi music.
Yeah, so follow the 3 vital behaviors, guys.
I need proof of insurance. That's my Geico digital insurance ID card.
Sorry.
That's all my turn.
Geico?
I was trying to find some Mexican music for the Mexican fiesta.
Can't find it?
I found it, but there was a commercial first.
Oh.
So let's end the call with when you're hitting success for 5. I'm hitting 10 by when, George? When are we hitting it? What's our cutoff?
10 by 10.
10 by 10.
Oh,
10 by
dang, 10 by 10. That means I'm going to hit it in Santorini.
Whatever it takes.
Santorini. I'm going to find chocolate in Santorini.
Mexican fiesta. We're gonna have surprises after surprises after surprises. You don't want to miss it.
Bye, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. Love
Good
you guys.
night.